Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bouquet of Self-Love workshop. I'm Rachel Chase, and I am an Arts and Wellness Ambassador for the Atlantic Center for the Arts. And today I am filming on location from the windy and beautiful Washington State side of the Columbia River. And I could not resist filming outside because when I'm outside, I am so inspired to create. And much like the Atlantic Center for the Arts, nature is a big part of the creative process for me personally. And so I wanted to bring some of that in for you all today. So I've got my painting smock on over my sweater here because it's a little chilly, but it's a beautiful sunny day. And I've got a bunch of art supplies. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we're going to do today, and then we will dive in. So the theme of this workshop is all about celebrating the energy that springtime brings. And spring is all about new beginnings, right? It's all about bringing in fresh energy into our lives. And sometimes with everything going on in life, we can feel a little bogged down. And maybe after a long, chilly winter, we feel a little sleepy and we want to come out of our cave, like a hibernating bear, and be welcomed into life. And so the theme for today has to do with how can we use our creative energy, our natural creative energy that we all have. How can we use that to boost our self-esteem? And sometimes maybe we are confronted with challenges in life and we start to wonder, am I up for this? Do I have it in me to persevere and show up in the way that I want to show up in life? And sometimes we start to feel like we're not living up to those expectations that we had for ourselves. And it's so important to come back to remembering that each day is a new day. And any expectations we ever have for ourselves, we can hold our hearts, give ourselves a hug, and bring in self-compassion for ourselves, because life can be complicated and it takes a lot of energy to navigate our relationships, to navigate our day-to-day lives, to navigate work and family and goals, and it can start to wear on us sometimes. And so I love to use the creative process to reconnect with the muse, the inner inspiration, to reconnect with the essence of life and to listen in to what the messages are that nature has for us, to listen into the messages that our own inner voice of self-compassion has for us. So we're going to do just a little bit of centering, a little breathing, and a little movement of our bodies to relax and let go of any stress. And then we'll start to look at what art supplies you want to use today, because you can use anything you want. I'm going to be drawing and painting. If you don't have paints, that's okay. You're welcome to use markers, pen and paper. This is really about experiencing a process of creating, not so much having a specific outcome of your artwork. Although we are going to be using the theme of flowers, because April showers bring May flowers, right? So we're going to be creating a bouquet of self-love. we're going to tune in and find out what some of those messages are or those words are with a little word play, and use words in our artwork and create flowers and color it in and get playful. Because that's really the idea. When we get into the mode of being playful, that lifts our energy. It activates happy hormones, right? Our endorphins increase, and that can boost our sense of confidence and self-worth, and above all, self-love. Because at the end of the day, that's really what we need to boost our self-esteem, is a lot of love. I'm all about that. So let's just stand up for a minute. I'm going to move my chair and come back here and have us all do a little bit of movement, okay? And, like a baby, I want you to just rock yourself. You know how babies get nice and relaxed when they're rocked in their mother's arms or rocked in a rocking chair? I want you to do that for yourself too. I'm just going to check my microphone, double check it's on. Yep, it's on. Okay, good. And you can hold your heart, or you can hug yourself, and you can sway or rock a little, whatever feels good, just a little bit of rocking motion of your body. And close your eyes. Feel the warmth of your hands on your body. And rock a little. What the rocking does also is it helps to physiologically actually calm your nervous system. There's a nerve that goes all through our bodies. It's a winding nerve called the vagus nerve. And sometimes we can get stuck in fight, flight, or freeze when we're really stressed or we're going all the time. And this rocking and this slowing down sends a signal to that nerve that you're safe. And when your nervous system is signaling, receiving that signal in your brain that you're safe, then your whole body can relax. And then the pains that you might have in your body can soften, and the tension can release in your body too. You're going to take a big stretch here and just sigh. Let's do that one more time. A big stretch and a big sigh. One more. Third time's the charm. Then I want you to take in your surroundings in your room that you're in. Maybe you're outside too. Maybe you decided to come outside and set up your art station. Take in your surroundings. I like to bring in the elements and just think about the earth element and the water element and the air element and the fire element, the sun, and how all of the elements in our bodies are interacting. The fire in the belly and the digestion. Shake your body. That brings a little fire energy, a little jumping up and down, a little movement of the arms. Get a little sound going. Shake. Make a sound like that can boost the fire energy in the body and give you a boost of energy. And then another sigh. Because isn't the sweet spot really all about feeling relaxed and also energized at the same time? It's a different kind of energy than anxious energy and stress energy, relaxed and awake at the same time. That's the energy we want to tap into when we're going to sit down and create. Okay, so let's do maybe 2 more little movements here to release some more tension. So move your shoulders. Big circles. And then let's just stretch a little bit. So bring your hands down your legs and just as far as you can go, stretch your legs a little bit. Take a big breath in and let it out. And then come all the way up. Massage your legs a little bit. That's a great way to give yourself self-love, is self-massage. Taking time to stretch your body, connect with your body, and release stress. This is a wonderful way to just open up your chest, bring your hands to the front and open, and make a big yawning. I know it's funny, it's kind of silly, right? But this is the way our bodies naturally need to move so that we can release that tension and that stress and invite in those happier vibrations. All right. So now we're going to do a little visualization exercise to connect in with some words, some messages that are coming straight from your own heart. So I'd like you to close your eyes and place your hands right here up on your chest and feel that your fingers are kind of connecting in with your heartbeat, the center of your chest. Your breath is moving in and moving out. You can close your eyes for a moment. Feel your feet down on the ground. Relax your face and your shoulders. And just tune in a little bit with maybe a question. Let's ask ourselves this question. Here's the question. How can I give myself more love? How can I give myself more love? Feel into that space. How can I give myself more love? Just breathe. And we're going to pause there. And I want you to write down any information that just came through for you from that question. How can I give myself more love? And just take a minute to write down a word or two. Okay. Now let's do the next question. So I'm going to put the hands here again. Take a big breath in and out. And I want you to imagine that your heart has a voice. And this voice has messages for you that are very loving and kind. You're very compassionate, only ever loving, kind, and compassionate. This voice only ever speaks to you with loving kindness. And as you breathe, let's ask what might this voice want to say to you right now in the most loving, kind voice. And maybe there's a sentence that comes to mind, or a word, or two, or maybe three, or more. If self-compassion could speak, what would it say? That's really what we're doing here. We're tapping in with your inner voice of compassion. And then I want you to write down anything that comes to mind right now. Anything you're inspired to write from that place. Anything, any messages or words that came through for you. Whoops. Okay. All right. Take as long as you need. You can always pause the video and come back. Now at this time, if you don't have your art supplies ready, pause the video and go get some. And then come back and get out your piece of paper or your canvas. I have these small canvases I thought I might use today, but then I kind of changed my mind and decided to use this piece of watercolor paper. And so I think I'm going to turn mine this way. You can turn your canvas or paper in any direction you want, of course. Any and all ways. Oh, it's your art. You do you. You do you. The process is, though, that what we're going to do now is we're going to write some words around the paper of what just came through for you, or anything else you want to write. And I'm thinking maybe 4 or 5 or more. But let's just pick some spots and write some of those words, or you can write the messages real small if it's a longer sentence, maybe make it kind of small. What we're going to do is then decorate the words and create flowers all around our words and color it in or paint it. So look at your words. And take a moment to write them around in the space on your paper or your canvas. You can use pen, pencil. I'm using a Sharpie. I have to look at my words again. And now, when you're done with your words or your sentences that you want to put on your paper, we're going to start to decorate. And I'm thinking you can either get a pencil and do little delicate lines if you want to make the shape of the different flowers. They can all be the same type of flower. Or you can use a marker and do the outlines. and then color it in with either marker or paint. I think I'm going to get a little colored pencil to make it kind of faint so that the marker stands out in the middle. But like I said, you do you. This is just a guide. So I've got 5 words. My words are protection, abundance, repose, which I thought was a nice word for relaxing, meander. I like to just walk about, meander in the woods. Such a great way to receive energy and healing and peace in the woods. And the other word is creation. And then I got protection on here too. I don't know if I said that or not. So just start to kind of make some flower petal shapes around your words. Maybe you like more tropical looking flower shapes, or more like roses or tulips. Gosh, you could combine the different flower shapes together. Just kind of get your design laid out a little bit. Roll with it. If you're feeling froggy and you just want to get the paints out and start making flowers all around and dots, and gosh, you can, it's endless what can be done here. I like to use drawing with my art a lot, so I like to draw. But you may just want to get out your paints and start to make flower shapes in any way you want. Make it very loose. And my flowers are starting to look a little like butterflies too. And birds. Maybe your flowers turn into other things too. That's what it means to be creative. Make it your own. Just play. Don't worry about perfection or getting it just right. Let your hand move around the paper. Take your time. This video will come to an end here soon, but you don't have to finish your painting in the time that this video takes. You can take as long as you want. Just notice how you feel while you're bringing in these beautiful messages for yourself. Self-love messages. These are just reminders from yourself of how worthy you are and how you deserve to feel good about yourself. No one else is you. You are unique. You are uniquely you. And that's something to celebrate. Just see where this process takes you. Maybe there's more messages that want to come through and you want to add more messages in there. Now I'm going to start to pick a couple of colors. This blue is calling my name. And I'm going to start to fill in my flowers a little bit. Better close up my painting smock here so I don't get paint on my sweater. Got a little bit of water and a little bit of cloth so that I can wipe my brush on it. Boy, I love this art station outside. I hope I can keep it out here, although it does rain a lot up here, so I might have to bring it back in. All right. You can use any paints you want. I just happen to have some acrylic paints out that I wanted to use. So I'm just going to start to fill in these petals a little bit here. And I'll show you on the easel. See a little bit. Let's see if you can see here. Yeah, you can kind of see the pencil lines. They're very faint. But I've got the faint pencil lines, and then I'm just kind of coloring them in with the paint, you know? I'm going to use a couple different colors so that the petals that are side by side next to each other are different colors. Right now, I'm filling in the one that says abundance. That feels good. Right in the middle. Yep, doesn't have to be perfect. Later on, I might outline it with a darker color so that it kind of pops a little bit after these colors dry. And I have some interesting swirly shapes, so see how that goes. See how much time we have here. Oh, good. We still have plenty of time. Yeah, so pick whatever colors seem to want to go together in the moment. Different shapes, different colors. I'll at least finish this central flower before I end the video so you can see. Of course, I don't want to paint over the word. I'm just going to paint around the word. Maybe even later I'll fill the word in with some paint too over the marker. See how that goes. Let's see. It's just about being playful, letting it flow. You know, you might be using watercolors maybe, and that'll make for a whole different look. Acrylic paints look quite different than watercolors and markers. Just have fun with it. Very bright colors here. It's the thing. It's all about bringing the energy of something new. That's what spring is all about. The energy of something new. Keep the inspiration going. No matter what happens in life, it's important to keep our creative lives going, because that's what really matters in life. Doing things that bring us joy. So important to continue doing the things that bring us joy. Sometimes when we get really busy in life, we lose sight of that. We forget. But it's the artist's job to remind people of how important it is. I'm going to put some yellow over this. I think black words will show through the yellow paint. See how that works. Just trying things out. Experimenting. It's so good to experiment. Feels good. We can get so bogged down with trying to get everything just right in life. Being perfect. Following directions. Sometimes it's fun to just be a little messy. Do things in a new way and find out what else is possible. That's a good booster for self-esteem right there. When you find out new ways to do things. Self-discovery. Yeah. Let's see. I covered up my word a little too much, so I'm going to go back in with the end of this paintbrush and kind of go over that paint, which wipes it right off the words, which is kind of neat because now it's making this cool effect. Let's see if I can show you. Just playing around. Abundance is in there. Yeah, that feels abundant. I'm gonna keep playing with this and have the colors kind of blend together a little more along the edges of the petals. I don't think I've ever seen a flower these colors before. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, making up a new flower. There you go. That's the spirit. Make up some new flowers. That is the spirit. This yellow wants to be green now because I put some blue in it. Well, that's kind of neat. Make that like a little leaf. See, it's changing right before my very eyes. That's the fun thing about paint. You can keep working with it and then make new things happen. I'm just moving the paint around a little. That's nice. You can always go back and cover it back up if you don't like it. That's the good thing about it too. Trial and error. It's good for the soul. It's healthy to make mistakes. It is. Because then you always find a way around it. You get back up and you do something different. Learn from it. That's the good thing about making mistakes. There's always something to learn. We wouldn't be human if we didn't make them. So don't beat yourself up if you make any mistakes today. That's a good practice to try. One day, just decide, today, if I make any mistakes, I'm not going to beat myself up. That's a really great commitment to yourself that you can make. I'm going to choose to not beat myself up today if I make any mistakes. Make a new choice. You can laugh at yourself instead. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to leave that one as it is for now and maybe move on to another one. Yeah. Just keep playing with your flowers, you know? Keep the paint moving around on your canvas. Keep the markers going. Keep coloring. Make as many flowers as you feel you want to make. You get to make as many flowers as you want. This is your bouquet here. Making a bouquet of self-love. Yeah. You can fill in the background with maybe some leaves, some green leaves or stems for the flowers. Since I chose to make a funny looking flower here in the center, let's see what the other ones end up being. Abstract. Yes. My abstract bouquet. Pick some other colors maybe for the other flowers. see what colors they want to be. I'm feeling some pink wants to happen. Of course, that's red and white mixed together. And this other flower wants to be pink. It's fun to ask your artwork, what do you want to be? What color do you want to be? This one wants to be pink over here, so let's get some pink going. Yeah, nice and soft pink for this one. That's nice. Yeah, so for meander, I'm just putting in some pink in the petals here, because meander feels nice and soft. Abundance felt very dynamic and bold for whatever reason. Doesn't matter. That's the great thing about creativity. We don't have to have a reason other than to express ourselves, which is so important. That's really what humans are here to do, express ourselves. Be expressive. Be yourself. You are unique, right? Nobody else like you. It's so good to just take a break from social media, from worrying about what everybody else thinks and says, and find out, what do I think? What do I say? I have a voice. I am my own person. I don't have to be like anybody else. That's such an important shift. It takes the pressure off. So often our self-esteem is wrapped up in the way we think we're supposed to be. We're trying to fit in and be the way that others say we should be, or do things the way others say we should do it, or act certain ways that other people act, because we think if we did, then we would be more loved, right? That's not the case. It's hard to come out of that sometimes when that's how we were trained growing up. But what's most important is, can you love yourself? Do the things that feel right for you, and you will live a happy life. That's just the way it works. Other people can judge all they want. But in the end, all that matters is, does it feel right and good for you? And that's what self-esteem is all about. So for me, to boost my self-esteem, I get to meander and rest and remember that I'm protected, and do things that make me feel connected to creativity. And that's how I know I'll feel really good about myself. So how about you? What are the things that you need to do for you? What are those things that bring you joy? What are those things that remind you of your uniqueness? And starting here with this painting, this drawing, whatever you're creating right now, if it's a painting or a drawing, it's all about giving to yourself, giving to you. And right now, what we're doing is we're giving ourselves a bouquet of self love, a bouquet of flowers that signifies love for yourself. Maybe you'll go out and buy yourself a bouquet of flowers at the store the next time you go to the store and you see some flowers, or maybe the next time you're out at the park and you see some beautiful wildflowers. Maybe you have some in your garden. You can go out and cut them, bring them in, put them in a vase. Give yourself a bouquet. So here's my meander flowers. See how they're very different? Abundance was like kind of graphic and spiky, and meander is more soft and loose. And in this one, I kind of just filled it in with color. And in this one, I took my paintbrush and I kind of dabbed it a little bit more. A little different design, right? Very different than each other. These are very unique. That's the idea. We're all different and we're all unique. And that's what makes us special. And that's what makes us worthy of love. So I hope you continue on to finish your bouquet. I'm going to finish mine. I'll take a picture of it. You'll get to see it. Maybe I'll put it at the end of the video or something. We'll see. I hope you enjoyed this workshop today. Please feel free to share in the comments about how you feel after doing this process. Any insights, anything at all you want to share with us. I'll be continuing to do some more videos for you this year that celebrate the seasons of our lives as we transition through the phases: winter, spring, summer, fall, again and again. Sending you peace and blessings. I wish you all creativity and well-being. Again, I am Rachel Chase, and you can always find me at rachelchase.com. Sending you lots of peace and blessings. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.